Hello and welcome to the Schwartz Advisors Report. I'm Emma Henderson, Managing Editor of Aftermarket News. With me today is Mike Buzzard, Managing Partner at Schwartz Advisors. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Emma. How are you?
Good, good. It's good to see you in person.
It's great to be back on the show floor too. We're looking forward to a great show.
Absolutely. So I have to ask you, how's the M&A landscape been in 2024?
You know, it's been a very robust year in 24. There's been a lot of deals that have happened out there across multiple aspects of the automotive space. So we've certainly seen some warehouse distributor consolidation go on. There's been some technology deals that have gone on this year as well. And there's also been a lot in the manufacturing and remanufacturing space that we've seen. So all in all, it's been a very robust year for what I would say M&A in general, and certainly us at SA, we've had a great year as well.
That's great. And how has Schwartz Advisors been involved in M&A this year?
That's a great question. You know, we've been involved in our traditional sell-side business, representing sellers out there in the marketplace. Some of the names that have gone out that we represent are City Auto Supply on the warehouse distributing side, and Selenium Group and Visual SKUs on the technology side. So we've been there. We've also, in our buy-side business, we've done a lot of work helping large sponsors evaluate aftermarket opportunities. And we did a little work with Worldpac in there and helping someone understand what that opportunity looked like. And finally, you know, we were involved in a deal as a co-advisor this year, which is a little something new for SA, where a sponsor hired a large, well-known investment bank for a pretty large transaction, and they wanted to get a little more aftermarket experience and wanted the Schwartz Advisors to come in and work alongside them to help better understand some of the key aspects of the deal.
Oh, very cool. So normally we think of Schwartz Advisor as a sell-side advisor and buy-side consulting. Now, what is the co-advisor role?
Well, it's an opportunity for us to be involved in really, really large transactions. You know, usually our sweet spot for helping someone sell their business is somewhere between $5 and $20 million of EBITDA. On really large transactions where a sponsor may be hiring a more traditional investment bank that knows the aftermarket but doesn't really have a lot of expertise in it, they'll bring us along to make sure that we have a lot of those key answers for some of the key questions, I should say, about the aftermarket.
Gotcha. And so what activities do you help with in that role?
Well, a lot of times there's some key issues that are going to be presented when someone's selling their company. And we will come in and really help kind of battle test a lot of those key issues that in some ways may be seen as a negative for the company that's coming out, but in reality we use our insights, our data to go through and help tell the real story about why the macroeconomic factors of the aftermarket are going to be a positive for a potential buyer when looking at a deal. So we'll spend a lot of time kind of tackling some key questions that really help explain a lot of the positives of whatever issue it is. And then we'll spend some time also talking about the potential buyers. You know, we have a lot of relationships in the aftermarket, both with the businesses that are in place as well as the private equity community that tends to invest in the aftermarket. And a lot of times we'll have some ideas about who potential buyers could be in this transaction. So we'll spend a lot of time doing that. And then finally, as the deal goes to market, we will also spend time getting on the phone and talking to potential buyers about specific aspects of the business that they have questions on or have concerns about or things like that. So we'll come in and really give our expertise about how we view it, what we view the landscape as, and as I said earlier, use a lot of the data and information and insights that SA brings to the table to really help substantiate the case for the potential company.
So it sounds like it would be extremely helpful. So tell me, is there a project where you actually put this into action?
Yeah, this year All-Star Auto Parts came to market, and the sponsor that owned the business, Atlantic Street Capital, hired a phenomenal investment bank in BlackArch. They wanted to have a little more aftermarket focus in the deck that they brought to market. So they hired SA as the co-advisor in the deal, and we spent a lot of time with them doing those things I just mentioned. We really went through and answered 7 or 8 battlefield questions that really helped tell the story about why it was going to be very beneficial and the positive attributes of their business and how the macroeconomic factors in the aftermarket are going to benefit them long term. We went through some ideas on the buyers that we thought would make great partners for them and what are some of the things that they were looking for and that All-Star would be able to go through and answer for them. We got on the phone with a couple of different prospective buyers and walked through a lot of the insights and data and information that we put in the deck to help clarify any questions they had or other things they wanted to discuss about the deal. And it was a great example where we just kind of worked alongside this great partner, and we made a great team, and we were able to use the SA insights to have a very successful outcome in the transaction as they sold the business to BBB. And it's clearly one of the bigger aftermarket players, one of the best companies that we have in our industry. So it was a really great outcome. I know that everyone was very happy with it, and it was one of the areas that we really felt that we added some great value. And those are the types of things that we look to do with this side of our business down the road.
Sounds like you guys have had a really busy 2024.
It's been fantastic, and it's been very exciting, that's for sure.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you guys so much for watching. For Schwartz Advisors, I'm Emma Henderson. Have a great day.